Hello Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans, and welcome to the next chapter of the Lightning Library, the series covering the history and details of every entry in the Lightning Collection, so you know which are the best, what you're getting with each entry, and what I think of them. Store exclusives. These were something that Hasbro has done all of the time. Throughout all of their figure lines, they have worked out numerous deals to give figures to stores like Amazon, Walmart, Target, GameStop, and even Walgreens, to name a few. These are allowed for possibly more obscure or maybe more complicated figures to be released that wouldn't be the best fit for a normal retail wave. These types of exclusives are always up in the air on how rare they will become, how easy they'll be able to get, and who they get given to. When it came to the Lightning Collection, store exclusives being introduced into the line was basically inevitable. Just like the full reveal of Wave 1 to kick off the main line, Hasbro dived right into the idea of exclusives at their panel at New York Toy Fair 2019. On Saturday, February 16, 2019, it was clear that this would be the day the first group of Lightning Collection figures would be going up for pre-order. Only hours before this panel occurred, there was already the first sign of something else to be revealed on the day too. Twitter user @ShadowThePika posted an image of listings in the GameStop system that showed the Wave 1 figures to be going up for pre-order that day, alongside a listing for an exclusive figure, but the character was unknown. Since the system didn't list who it was, people didn't have a lot of time to speculate, as only hours later, Hasbro held their panel where they announced that after Wave 1, a GameStop exclusive Mighty Morphin Goldar figure would be the first store exclusive. He went up for pre-order later that day as well, with the GameStop inflated price of $22.99 and an October 2019 release. In comparison to Wave 1, which was revealed for an April release, Goldar would be a long way off from its original pre-orders. A prototype of Goldar was on display at New York Toy Fair alongside the other figures. This had shown all of his paint apps, effect piece, everything about him, but it did not have his box like the other ones did. Since his release was so far off, and with other figures being announced, leaked, and released over the next few months, news about Goldar wouldn't come for a long time until July. Right before San Diego Comic-Con occurred, the UK store Forbidden Planet posted the promo shots for the figure, which included his box. In comparison to the normal waves, which had a white background for their boxes, Goldar had a gold box color, which began the trend of store exclusives having a solid colored box based off of the color of the character to stand out from the retail wave figures. In these promo shots, people complained that the gold on the figure seemed a lot more dull in comparison to the one that the 3D render shot had been revealed showed, and the prototype at Toy Fair showed. While pre-orders claimed Goldar had a release of October 25th, this ended up being quite a bit earlier. On August 12, 2019, GameStop started to send out the pre-orders for people, but only for a couple. Some pre-orders ended up being cancelled, people had to reorder, and ended up being kind of a mess. Now that people had it in hand, the gold color was still a point of contention, and eventually it would be found at stores and GameStop soon after, and it would basically be everywhere. In the months since this release, the figure has become available in abundance. While the first shipment of pre-orders was a little hard to get, GameStop has them on sale now often just to get rid of the existing stock. Let's take a look at the figure itself. Goldar is a bulky figure. He follows Lord Zed as the second main monster figure to be incorporated into the Lightning Collection, while his articulation attempts the same amount as a normal figure, seen in this chart here. Some parts of his armor end up getting in the way at times. The sculpt of the figure uses a basic Ranger mold to start, but with a lot of custom molding. The armor on the top of the body is a rubbery type of material to try and accommodate the articulation points. Parts of his armor feature battle scratches and damages, which is a neat effect and adds to the overall look quite well. The gold color is something brought up a lot. Compared to the in-show shots, the figure is a little dull, however in my opinion it's not as bad as some people make it out to be. Of course, this figure is based on a lot of his Season 2 appearances more than his Season 1 appearance, when Lord Zed returned his wings to him. The wings on the back are made of a similar rubber-type material and peg into the little holes on the back of his armor. The pegs are a little flimsy and don't take to the weight of the wings very well, so they droop a lot. Due to the peg, they can swivel up and down. There's 2 joints in the wings themselves too, so plenty of range in what the wings can do when they stay up. Of course, they can be left off to create a Season 1 appearance, but this leaves 2 empty holes in the back, and replacement little wing stubs to fill the holes wouldn't come for a long time until the figure was re-released wingless in Wave 6. Goldar comes with 2 swappable hands, a fist, and a grabbing hand. He also has hands for both arms to hold his sword. His hands can be a little tricky to swap due to the bigger bulk of the figure, so just be careful. His only weapon is his big sword, which is nicely molded and includes a special new purple effect piece to wrap around the entire blade. In the end, Goldar is a very neat first exclusive. He's a popular character that goes along well with Lord Zed to add to the villains of the Lightning Collection. It's possible he just didn't sell as well as Hasbro or GameStop would have hoped, or the gold really turned people off, but he is still a figure that can be easily obtained from GameStop. Following the first store exclusive in the line, the next release would come also in the form of a store exclusive, and also at GameStop. In the next chapter of the Lightning Library, we'll be taking a look at the GameStop exclusive, Psycho Blue.